Joy, all yours.
Right. Thank you so much. Hope everyone can hear me now, clear and louder.
Yeah. Nice green background.
Thank you so much. I'm a Toastmaster.
Yeah. You can also add maybe a bit of because it looks like a green screen from the weather screen. You could just add the forecast for testing and how DevOps will impact your how it will make landfall on land or something.
Okay.
It's late. I'm tired. So Joy, all to you. I'll be back in half an hour to do a time check. Okay.
All right. Okay. Cool. Right. We are in the world of tech, which everybody knows. The field of software development has become increasingly complex, highly dynamic, and competitive. We can notice that everything we do now is mainly done through online. For example, we have most of banks now being online. When last time I was listening to BBC News, and they mentioned that over 6,000 banks have closed down. You can sit comfortably in your house and order food and have Uber to deliver it to your doorstep. What does this mean? Each year and every year, hundreds of thousands of new applications or new products are released to end users. This pushes software development businesses to keep searching for new tools, new technologies, new cultures, new methodologies or practices, you can call it, to enable them to stay competitive in this market. We can see DevOps has emerged as a culture that enables many software development businesses to keep pace with this constant change. It has changed, revolutionized the traditional way of software development delivery. That is where development team and the IT operations team had making them or reshaping them to be more integrated and more collaborative. So the question now is, where does QA testing fit in this DevOps culture or methodology? So my name is Joy Chinwe Agugo. I'm a software test consultant, a speaker, and as well an author. So to discuss about this, the impact of software, the impact of DevOps on software testing, we will discuss a bit about what DevOps is, what software testing is, the role of software testing in DevOps, and again, the impact and the challenges. What actually is DevOps? When you hear the word, when you hear the word DevOps, what comes to your mind? Looking at the word itself, DevOps, it has already explained to us what it means. Dev means development and ops means operations. Remember, in this context, we are talking about IT operations. Some definitions see DevOps as a culture, some see it as a tool, some see it as a practice, some even see it as a methodology. But in this context, it doesn't really matter if it is a tool or culture. What matters is, what does it do? So DevOps is a culture that bridges the gap between the development team and IT operations team, aiming to reduce the system's development lifecycle and providing a continuous delivery with a high quality product. When I said bridges the gap, what I mean in this context is the communication gap. So DevOps shorten the communication gaps, allowing development team and IT operations team get feedback constantly that will enable them deliver a fit for purpose application. It is as well seen as a handshake. So a handshake between the development and operations. When you hear about handshake, what actually comes to your mind? It is a strong agreement that emphasizes just a shift in mindset. That is a way they think, better collaboration and tighter integration. It is all run well in agile methodology, continuous delivery, and automation to help development and operations team be more efficient, innovate faster, and deliver high value to businesses and customers. So we can look at the life cycle. The life cycle is in an infinite shape. What actually comes to your mind when you see this shape? Infinite means unending, unlimited. It continues. So DevOps is a continuous process. It doesn't end. So we have on the left-hand side, the development, and the right-hand side, operations. So the development team and the IT operations team. We can see it can as well see as the union of people. Of course, in the development team and operations team, they are run by people. A process, because each run through a stage, each has its stage. And technology, we have different technologies that are used to run this continually, providing value to customers. We have the continuous planning. So this is the normal planning where the product owner, define the specification. It depends on the organization setup. After the specifications, it could be change request, bug, or a new feature. After the specifications have been identified and agreed, then the developers pick it up for normal coding. Once this is done, then it is shipped to the build where code will be introduced to the project during the construction phase. So after the building, the testers pick it up for testing. And all this, remember, run through automation. Once the automation testing is completed and no issues found, then it moves to IT operations, where it starts with the release. The release phase occurs when the code has been verified and ready for deployment. Then pushed to deployment, where it gets to the production environment. So in the continuous operation or operating stage, what happens? So in the operation phase, teams test the project in the production environment and ensure that no issues are found before the end customers. After it has been done, then the continuous monitoring, where during this monitoring phase, product usage, as well as any feedback, issues, or possibilities for improvement are recognized and documented, and they shift it back to development. That is the life cycle of DevOps. let us go into software testing. When you hear software testing, what actually comes to your mind? Some people see software testing as only finding bugs and fixing those bugs. Of course, this is part, but it is not a complete definition of software testing. Let's take, for instance, a medical doctor and a patient. Patient meets a medical doctor and, because the patient is sick. Before the doctor gives a patient a correct medication, the doctor must do some analysis like blood test. Let's see software testing in that process. It is a process of verifying and validating applications to ensure that these applications are fit for purpose before they are released for the end users. What is verification? So verification is the static approach to testing. It is not the actual testing. So I call this stage product specification because it allows the software test analyst to understand if the product is doing what it's supposed to do. So understanding the specification and ensuring that the specification matches to what the product should do. For example, we have formal and informal reviews. We have walkthrough meetings, inspections. These are those examples of verification. It helps us to answer the question, are we building the right product? So we move into validation. What actually is validation in testing? Validation is the actual execution of test cases. I call this stage the customer's expectation. So it involves the testing techniques we have. For example, we have unit testing, we have system testing, integration testing, regression UAT testing, which is users acceptance testing. This type of testing are included in the validation stage. It is called dynamic approach to testing, and it helps to answer the question, did we build the right product? Having understood what DevOps is and software testing is, we move into the role of software testing in DevOps. What actually is the role of software testing in DevOps? From the definition of DevOps, we learn that the aim of DevOps is to deliver these applications as quickly as possible. Yes, the purpose is to deliver. However, we should not compromise the quality of these products. Hence, the role of software testing on DevOps is to ensure that the quality of these softwares this software is maintained or intact while keeping pace with the rapid development and deployment. Now, we look into how DevOps impact software testing. This is the main presentation today. So how does it impact testing? How does DevOps impact testing? One of the ways in which DevOps impact testing is the automated testing. DevOps encourages the automation of various stages of software development, including unit testing, regression testing, system testing. This reduces the manual effort required for testing and ensures that there is consistency and repeatable test results are achieved. Another way in which DevOps impact software testing is shift left testing. We always hear shift left, shift left. What actually is shift left? Shift left is a process whereby testing starts as early as in the development side. So in a DevOps environment, testing is shifted in the development cycle, meaning that testing activities start earlier in the process. So if any bugs are found in this stage, those bugs are fixed as soon as possible. What does this signify? It prevents defect from progressing further downstream and reduces the cost of fixing issues that are discovered later in the development cycle. We all know how expensive, how costly it is to fix bugs that are found in live environment. So this culture enables bugs to be found early and got this bug fixed as early as possible and reduces the rate they are moved into production environment. Collaboration. DevOps emphasizes collaboration and communication between development, operations, and testing team. If we look at the cycle, we will find out that testers are in between the developers and the operations team. So their work, testers, QA testers work closely with developers to ensure that testing requirements are understood. And with the operations, if there are any deployment or operational concerns, these are addressed as quickly as possible. Faster feedback loops. So DevOps emphasizes continuous integration and continuous delivery, that is CI/CD, which means that code changes are integrated and tested frequently. And this leads to faster feedback loops for QA testing, allowing issues to be identified and fixed earlier in the development process. Let's move to other points. So we have another point as continuous monitoring. So DevOps as well encourages continuous monitoring of applications and infrastructure in production environment. Testers as well can actively monitor the behavior of this product, the behavior of software post-release to identify any issues that might have been missed during testing. So during monitoring, testers are involved to check that everything is intact. If there are issues that might have been missed during the normal testing, can be picked up immediately. We have release stability. This is another way in which DevOps impact software testing. By automating the deployment process thoroughly, testing each release, DevOps can lead to more stable releases with fewer defects. What does this signify? This improves the overall quality of the software and reduces the risk of critical issues reaching production. So another way in which DevOps impacts software testing is the cultural shift. I would say that this is my favorite. Some of the organizations think that testing is not necessary, and bringing them on board they bring software testers on board only at the end, thinking that our contributions are not necessary. All they want is just release application and get these applications to customers. But DevOps acknowledges the expertise, the talent, the skills of software testing. So it promotes a culture of accountability, shared responsibility, and continuous improvement. You can think about it. When you are recognized and feel that your input is needed, it will make you to bring out all your skills, all your expertise, to see that you help out in anything that will improve the success of that, the application. So QA testers become an integral part of this culture, contributing their expertise to improve development process, testing strategies, and overall product quality. Feedback-driven development. DevOps as well encourages teams to gather feedback from various sources, including the end users, which are the customers, and the stakeholders. So QA testers play a role in gathering and analyzing this feedback from the customers, identifying areas of improvement. We have discussed the impact. These are the positive impacts of software the positive impacts of DevOps on software testing. Let us look at the challenges. What are the negative impacts of DevOps on software testing? It reduces testing time. Yes, the emphasis on rapid development and continuous delivery in DevOps can lead to time constraint on testing activity. What impact will this make to testers? So testing might be rushed or abbreviated, which could result in an incomplete or inadequate test coverage. We have as well lack of documentation. In a fast-paced DevOps environment, so there might be a tendency to prioritize code over comprehensive documentation. So because it is run in a fast pace, so organization or business might, prioritize the code and deployment over comprehensive documentation. This hinders testers' ability to understand system behavior and design effective test cases. Of course, documentation helps us to have in-depth knowledge of the software or application requirements. So this will enable software testers to have enough test coverage. But in a situation where other things are prioritized more than this, it might affect the way in which software tester might have access to documentation and get in-depth knowledge of what the application is asked to do. Fragmented environment. This is as well another negative impact of DevOps on testing. DevOps often involves multiple parallel development and testing environments, which can make it challenging to maintain consistent test environments and data. This fragmentation can lead to discrepancies, between testing, staging, and production environments. The automation challenges. Yes, automation is really important. It is the key component of DevOps. Remember, setting up and maintaining automated testing framework can be complicated, complex, and time-consuming. Poor implemented automation can lead to false positives in a situation where results are gotten positively, but they are wrong. False negatives, where the results are negative, but they are supposed to be positive, and difficulties like highly expensive.
Sorry to cut you off there, Joy. We're actually approaching the break time now, and we're on a tight schedule here. Do you want to just maybe do your last conclusion so we can start the questions? And yeah, sorry about that.
No, no worries. So, conclusion. The impact of DevOps for QA testing is transformative. It can change. So it emphasizes the need for early and continuous testing. It promotes the use of automation and fosters a more collaborative work environment. It comes with its challenges, which we all know, but it is a good approach for software development businesses. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate this opportunity. Is there any question?
Any questions for Joy?
Well, I would like to ask, do you think DevOps will be more cooperative in the future with software testing? Because well, I work in low code, and I see that we need to test quicker and work together with the team in the continuous integration. I see that you have a similar story on how software testing is, DevOps asks more about software. Do you think they will come together more, DevOps and software testing, in the future?
I think, yeah, because the key purpose of DevOps is collaboration between the development team and the IT operations team. So I think that will work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Any other questions? No other questions? No? Okay, great stuff. Thank you very much, Joy. Much appreciated. Take care.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone. Thanks a lot.